Hey guys, are you looking for a fully funded master's in Sweden with full tuition cover, living allowance, and travel allowance? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. So, this is the Swedish Institute scholarship that covers everything through and through. You wouldn't have to pay a penny. And the good news is that several people from this YouTube channel have won the scholarship in the past. As you can see here, this is like an award letter from 2023. Um, there's another one from 2022. There's yet another from 2024 and this year as well. And then previously the stipend was I think 11,000, as you can see on your screen, 11,000 Swedish krona. Now it has been increased to 12,000. So they are keeping up with inflation, keeping up with the cost of living. So you wouldn't have to worry about anything. And there are hundreds of participating courses, as you will see, hundreds of courses and hundreds of participating universities in different disciplines, including sciences, arts, humanities, law, healthcare, just name it. And I'm sure there's something here that interests you. So if this is you, if you're looking for this opportunity, so just sit back while I show you how to apply for the scholarship. So it is Victor once again. It is another day and we have another scholarship. If you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. But where have you been? There are hundreds of videos on this YouTube channel on fully funded scholarships from around the world. So look around. I'm sure you find something that catches your interest. And if you're a returning viewer, a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. Thanks for the constant support. And I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So let's get into the meat of the video. So this is the Swedish Institute Scholarship. It's open to those who intend to study for fully funded masters in Sweden. And these are the eligible countries. So applicants from these countries can apply. I can see my country, Nigeria, here already. So I'm good to go if I were applying for the scholarship, of course. Please pardon my cold. I have a bit of a stuffy nose, but hope you can hear me still. So do not be fooled by this deadline. It's saying 9th of February. And you might say, oh, this video is in December. February is too far, so I should go and rest. That's dangerous. What this deadline is talking about is the deadline for the scholarship. But for admissions for a master's program, the application for admission is already on. And by February, it might be too late. So what this means is that you should apply for the scholarship by this date, but you must have applied for admission before this date. I hope this is clear. I might get one or two persons asking again in the comment section. Just to reiterate, this deadline is for, not actually a deadline, an opening window is for the scholarship application. For admissions, you must have applied already in one of the participating universities. So these are the general area of interest. As you can see here, the application for admissions actually opened in October. So it has been open for a while for admissions. So you apply for admissions separately at a Swedish university for a Swedish master's program. I'll show you how to do that shortly. And then in February, return to apply for the scholarship. I hope that is clear. So what you should do now is to look for a course and start applying for um, a master's degree. You can read how many masters you can apply for in the Q&A section. We've looked at what it covered already. What it covers already, it is fully funded through and through. You wouldn't need to lift a penny of your own because the fees are covered, tuition is covered, travel expenses covered. So do not worry about it. And no, it doesn't cover what they call it, family members. It's just for one person. We've talked about the eligible countries already. And these are the things you can read on your own. So eligible masters. So I've opened this document already, and you can see it is 31 page long. So it means the master's programs covered by this scholarship. It's a very long list, a very, very long list. I'm sure there's something here for you. So let's scroll down. You need a bit of work experience to apply for this scholarship. Oftentimes, you're told to have at least 1.5 to a minimum of 2 years work experience. So it's calculated as 3,000 hours. Usually, people work around 2,000 hours a year. So 3,000 should be 1.5. If possible, have more. Have more than that. Possible, have more than that. So this is the timeline. Admissions, apply for scholarship. Your scholarship is evaluated, and then you get a notification by March for admissions, and then the final announcement. So let's imagine I was applying for a course. So this is the list: a course in climate change or climate disaster or something. So I'll copy this text at Load University. Copy this quickly. Let's see. Let's see if I can copy this quickly and then post on Google. So now Google has showed me the particular page I need. So this is the course page. Of course, I read what the course is all about. Make sure it's in my area of my background, my area of interest aligns with my former previous work experience or previous degrees. And then I'll go to apply to see the application's requirements. Okay. And then English language requirements as well. Let's see if I have to write any of those annoying English language tests. So let's see. So these are the English language tests, but most times you can have exemptions. If you scroll down a little, you will see English language for those who studied already in for those who already studied a majority English language speaking country. I think there's an exemption. I read it somewhere here not too long ago. Let's see if I can find where they said countries are exempt. So let me go to my country, Nigeria, and see if we're exempt. English language requirements. Good. So I do not have to write any of the IELTS and TOEFL. I just need to submit the normal high school qualification for my country, which is great. Which is great. So also check for your country and see if you can get that kind of exemption. You wouldn't have to write this English language test. And this is your O level. Let's move on. To apply for the scholarship itself, I have a document here that might help you. So remember the scholarship window would open in February. So having done the university application, you can return to the scholarship portal, and this document might help you apply for the scholarship. So look at this a little bit closely, and then these are like past questions you've asked about the scholarship. Things like, how would you use the sort of sustainable development goals in your um, home country, or things like demonstrate your leadership potential, things like share quick experience with us. Most of the scholarship questions are very short, often tell you to write within maybe 500, 600 characters. And you can use this document to practice some of the previous questions. It's a very informative document put together by a previous scholar. I also have another document I would like to show you. It's from one of the past winners of the scholarship from this YouTube channel. It will show you how you can get on top of the game and increase your chances of being nominated for this scholarship. So this is the document I'm talking about. I've been able to blow out the name of the candidate. So it selected, I think, 3 different courses at 3 different Swedish universities. I believe you're allowed to apply to up to 3. But what I want you to pay attention to are the essays that he wrote. So let's scroll down. So this is the essay he wrote, very short, as you can see, and as short as it is, it got him a scholarship. Very short about the SDGs and his major concern about his community and his home country, and how he would use the knowledge gained in Sweden to address the SDG issues in his country. Very straight to the point. But then, if you scroll down a little bit more, and then you will see letters of reference from his previous employers. I've blurred out his personal details. So it is actually the employer that is doing most of the writing. So you can see here that they're asking the employer about how studying in Sweden will be valuable to this applicant. And the employer has to justify, right, a lot of things. Has to justify. And I think you need about 2 or 3 of these recommendation letters. Now, they're asking the employer again to mention the contribution of this candidate towards the employer's organization. So it means the employer is writing more. Whoever is recommending you will be writing more letters or more essays than you yourself. So keep an eye on that and make sure that whoever is writing your recommendation letter is ready to write all these essays, or at least you can coach them. You can give them like a draft of what to write. You can give them a draft of what to write. Because if you do not give them a draft, they might just write you a 1 line or a 2 line, and then they're done. Well, look at what someone's employer or supervisor wrote for him. Very detailed, very long, longer than the essay that the student wrote for himself. So I think this scholarship, the Swedish Institute Scholarship, is big on references, reference from employer, from supervisors. So choose carefully the person writing your reference. So you now have a couple of documents. You have this one that guides you on how to write the essays. You can also Google previous essay questions. The Swedish Institute essay questions for previous years. They might also help you. But you have this document, and then you have the document by the candidate I just showed you. And with all these together, I think you would put forward a strong application. Just to mention something quickly, the scholarship doesn't cover application fees of your the application fees of the university you intend to apply to. So a number of Swedish universities will ask for application fees, and unfortunately, the scholarship doesn't cover it. So you have to find application fee. I think it's written here. So the scholarship itself doesn't charge application fees, but for admission, you might have to pay application fees. I just went to the FAQ section in case you did not know. So check the FAQ section and see if there are other questions you might want to clarify. Okay, that is it, guys. I hope this was useful. Fully funded masters in Sweden, covering everything: tuition, living costs, transport fare, and what have you. So as usual, I cannot wait to celebrate you. So get to work, start applying, and I'll see you at the top sooner than later. Bye bye for now, and do not forget to subscribe. Cheers.